Hello, everyone. It is Steph. I am continuing my series on slow productivity by Cal Newport and taking some of the principles that he talks about in his book and helping you figure out just some examples and some ways that you could be implementing this in practical terms for yourselves. So I want to go back to the first principle that he talks about, which is do fewer things. And here's what he says. Strive to reduce your obligations to the point where you can easily imagine accomplishing them with time to spare. Leverage this reduced load to more fully embrace and advance the small number of projects that matter the most. So last time, the example that I gave in relation to that was the necessity of meetings. Like, what constitutes a meeting? What is worth the time and the energy to put into a meeting versus what's just an email? So if you didn't catch that, go back and watch that video. But for this time, to the idea of reducing your workload, doing fewer things, but going more deeply and more substantially with them, is I want you to review your revenue streams. Okay. It's very common over time, particularly like if you're just starting off in business, you want to be all things to all people because you're just trying to get revenue through the door. And if you've been in business for a long time, we tend to have scope creep where a certain percentage, possibly not the majority of our clients, ask for more and more services. And before you know it, what we offer has ballooned. And in both instances, whether you're just starting out or you've gotten scope creep over time, this impulse to be, all things to all people, or to be a one-stop shop for everyone, means we're putting a lot of demand on our time, our operational capacity, on our finances, depending upon whether you are front loading money at the beginning of a relationship and you're recouping it on the back end, like when you do project work. If you have a really varied service offering, you could be diluting not only your time, but your energy and your money, and you don't even realize it. And you could also be diluting your profitability. So go through all of your revenue streams. What are all of the possible things that you offer, whether products or services, to your clients, all possible ways to earn money, and really examine how much money did you earn last year or in the last 12-month period for each one of those revenue streams. And then consider how much you earned relative to the demands that puts on your team, the demands that puts on your financials, the demands that puts on your overhead. Did you need to take on more office space, additional vehicles, more equipment, more inventory in order to provide what turns out to be a very narrow slice of your overall revenues? Not all revenues are created equal. Does the gross revenue look really sexy and it makes it look like something that you should be keeping? But when you look at net at the end of the day, when you strip out everything that it takes to provide that product or provide that service, is the profit the same or more than other revenue streams? And if it's not, question whether to keep it. So there are a lot of different things that can affect our ability to slow our pace of work and be able to go more deeply with a core foundation of things. So you are very good and you become very well known for this group of things instead of being known as the person who kind of does a good job with 20 things across the board. So if you find like you're always short on time to work on your business, you find that you're short on time to mentor your people, you never get to get around to doing something thoughtfully and seeing something through, you just always have this ever accumulating wish list, really take a close look at what you offer, how many things you offer, and whether they are truly sustainable and profitable. And if they are not, you have to get really clear-eyed about what you keep and what you cut. So again, I held this up last time. I am taking a deep look at Cal Newport's Slow Productivity. I don't know a business owner out there who wouldn't like more time and more availability to really think about what they're doing and implement it in a meaningful way and to have more fulfillment around that role in their company. So if that's something that speaks to you, I highly encourage you to pick up a copy of this book and start figuring out in practical terms, how can you implement the 3 core principles that he outlines in this book. So today and last video, we talked about the principle of doing fewer things and the value of that. And I've given you a couple of ways to take a look at that, practically speaking, for your own business. If you have any questions about that, or if you're having difficulty making these decisions and implementing these kinds of changes, you know where to find me. I'm here to help. And next month, we're going to move on to his second principle. So stay tuned on that. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Take care, everyone. Bye.